back to Good Morning Football. Now, on Sunday's NFC South showdown between the Bucs and the Falcons, Chris Godwin had himself a game. He caught 7 balls for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. Let's go to the TrueView video and break down his biggest plays and show you why Chris Godwin has emerged as one of NFL's elite wide receivers. Now, here's the thing. Jameis Winston, he's a beast, but I'm going to call him Jameis Winston Churchill, because he once said, success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Jameis can throw 1,000 interceptions, but he's going to let this ball go versus cover 2. Check out Godwin right over the top, in between the safeties, right over the top of the linebacker. So you're telling Chris, hey, warm it up, Chris. He looks back at Jameis. Well, I'm about to. Now, here's the thing. They give you the same defense. We'll condense the formation. Check out on the bottom of your screen. Chris Godwin runs the same exact route up against the same defense. Tampa 2, the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Going downstairs to run a play?
Oh, yeah.
It's cold outside.
It's fine. We like it.
Can you cover that jersey with a coat? If I'm Keenan Allen, I'm saying no.
I will wear this jersey through anything.
Selva's out in the newsroom, and Culver, take it away, Will.
All right, thank you, Kay, guys. Appreciate that. Well, the Chiefs coming off their bye week after beating the Chargers, speaking of, in Mexico City. And the biggest question looming for KC is the health of wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Hill suffering a hamstring injury in that game, but the bye week came at a perfect time, allowing Hill extra time to heal up. Head coach Andy Reid the Raiders. Hill missing 4 games earlier this season with a collarbone injury as well. Derwin James is getting closer to return for the Chargers. Head coach Anthony Lynn announcing his star safety has been officially designated to return off injured reserve. The Chargers will face the Broncos on the road in Week 13. Rookie Dwayne Haskins picking up his first W as a starter and celebrated by taking this selfie with the fan while there was still time on the clock. Well, Case Keenum had to take the field for the victory formation to end the game. Head coach Bill Callahan, interim head coach Bill Callahan, saying he spoke to Haskins about the situation and thinks he's learned his lesson.
It was disappointing, and I think that it's an experience he'll learn from as he matures and understands it's a 60-minute game and it's never over till it's over. And you know, I think he was kind of caught up in the emotion of the game itself, kind of youthful exuberance, I would call it, and I think it got away from him a little bit. But I think he's fully aware, you know, that you know, professionally, his mind should be on the game throughout the duration of 60 minutes.
And there were some people out there that believed he should have been fined. Callahan was asked about that as well, and he said essentially finding him won't teach him anything. So those were the words from Callahan as he wants to see the young man develop, but no fines for him.
Maybe it was a learning lesson. These young quarterbacks like to celebrate wins, you know?
Yeah, they do. I think the
Will.
lesson learned is if you don't ever take a picture with a fan, you find an influencer and you take a picture with them, then you get the followers stuff. You got to just choose the right person. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Influencer.
Go influencer.
That's what I'm saying, baby.
The Saints earned their 9th win of the season on Sunday. They outlasted the Panthers. They beat them 34-31. No time to celebrate, however. The Saints are right back at it on Thanksgiving night in Atlanta. They have to battle with the Falcons, who beat them a couple of weeks ago. And with more on this matchup, hey, Tiffany Blackman, good morning.
Okay, Saints tight end Jared Cook said we owe them one. Of course, the Falcons beat the Saints in the Superdome 3 weeks ago, but this go around, their offensive line is banged up. As Ian Rappaport reported, left tackle Teron Armstead is out for this one with an ankle injury. Left guard Andrew Speed is already out with a broken arm that he sustained. Spoke with Falcons defensive tackle Grady Jarrett. He told me they're going to try to duplicate that performance, but he knows the Saints will have answers. Now, looking at the Saints defense, well, it is likely they will have standout corner Marshawn Lattimore back for this one. He has been dealing with a hamstring injury. And as for the Falcons, Julio Jones dealing with a shoulder injury. And this team hopeful that they will have running back Devontae Freeman. He's been out the last 2 games dealing with a foot injury. Okay.
Appreciate you, Tiff. If the Saints beat the Falcons on Thanksgiving, they clinch the division and close the door shut on the NFC South in Week 13. Do the Saints get their revenge, gentlemen? You had them at 4 on your list for Fight My 5. What say you?
I think they do. I think they do. I think that the Falcons had this moment where they got off the mat and it was encouraging and inspiring, and then they got knocked down again. I believe limitlessly in the Saints and what they've done and what they've been through. I remember that last game and they lost and they were coming off the bye, and Peyton afterwards was kind of just annoyed and this was us. They outplayed us. It's on me. It's on me. I think they will be very motivated for this game. And I think in the second half last week, we saw the Alvin Kamara I feel like we haven't seen in 2 years. Like, it's been that long. Healthy, determined, slick. I just think they have better players. I think the Falcons had their day, but this will be the Saints.
Yeah, when it comes to motivation, I feel like they have motivation that is fueling the common goal being a Super Bowl. It's obvious. But then there's the Michael Thomas catching Marvin Harrison, and I believe he will do that this season. I saw Drew Brees talk about it, and he was like, yeah, I'm trying not to think about it, which means he's thinking about it. You want to go down with another record and give your wide receiver a record he can hold on to. Alvin Kamara, getting him going is another goal behind the common goal. And then on top of that, that defense getting smoked by the Falcons. I think everybody's motivated a little bit differently than just, let's get a win so we can go try to win a Super Bowl.
Do you feel like they got $31 points, and they don't have the same juice? And I'm just an observer. I'm not in the building, but like Sean Payton used to have the swagger and used to have they bring in the money and they bring in all the different.
But it didn't work.
That was for Mark Ingram, who's got a lot of swagger with his new squadron.
Yeah, I wonder, and maybe they can still recapture.
The broom didn't work. The money didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Because they won 9 of 10, but it feels like there's something missing. And I do think that's interesting, that people would always hype Kamara, and then the Saints themselves would be like, Ingram makes us go. You can't overestimate how important Ingram is to us. You think he's the second guy. I don't know. There's some swagger missing.
Sitting pretty at 9-2, and maybe the thing that they were missing is Marshawn Lattimore. They certainly missed him against the Panthers. He was limited in practice on Monday. He's going to be pivotal, paramount in this matchup against Julio Jones round 2.
I think they'll win this game. I think they'll go into Atlanta, they'll take care of business. But there is a team that's waiting for them, and it's the 49ers, and it's a 1 o'clock early start in the Superdome. I think that's a real test to see where we are. I think they'll beat the Falcons, but Niners in their building.
The Niners schedule is crazy.
Niners schedule
Baltimore
really
and then the Sam's.
Yes.
Kay makes a point. Good point. They're 9-2, man. Like, that's a great record.
Does it not feel differently, though?
There's something about it that feels like if they lost one piece of it, but then they went 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater.
And they won without Kamara.
What kind of a matchup is that one going to be?
It's pivotal, Kay, is the word.
Yeah,
pivotal.
It's fun when you're getting it right.
I'm a scholar. I know. There'll be other words.
Princeton over here. NFL Network, probably the best side to go with that turkey. Sure it is. We've got you covered all day long on Turkey Day, starting with Good Morning Football at 7 a.m. Oh, we're here?
Oh, yeah.
We're here. We'll take you right up to game day morning.
We're here.
Let's see what those guys will have in store.